this mod is known as Sierra Padre. Okay, it is very inspired by the Sierra Madre location, the setting, what have you, the whole thing. This instantly caught my attention because it's like, what? I've played Dead Money a handful of times. I would like to see what this mod is all about. So I went ahead and installed it, and you don't really need too many requirements. You just need, a copy of Fallout 3 itself, as well as all the DLCs installed. Now, this mod is free to download on the Nexus, and once you download the mod, once you're inside the game of Fallout 3, you can find the location to actually arrive to the Sierra Padre. There's a location known as the drainage tunnels. I believe, I could be wrong about that. I'll put a little correction on screen right now if I'm wrong. You can find this location southwest of the Yaguai tunnels, west of Girder Shade, and northwest of F. Scott Key Trail and Campground. Okay, and essentially, once you enter this place, you go through this little miniature labyrinth. You take a boat to which leads you to another miniature labyrinth, and then you eventually end up in the reception area of the actual Sierra Padre hotel. Here, I guess I can get into my actual review of this mod, and I will begin by addressing the pros. Which number one, there is a new area to explore, which is greatly appreciated. I understand that there is a lot of hard work and dedication put into creating this landscape, and in all fairness, the mod runs very well, which is also a pro in itself. Okay, I did not encounter any bugs, thankfully. I did not encounter any bugs, no glitches, no missing items, no missing important quest items, which would have been extremely annoying if I did, but I did not encounter any of this. So I consider that to be a pro in of itself. Okay. What else, man? There is also custom music. Okay, that's greatly appreciated. There's no custom combat music. Maybe there is, but like for some reason that it wasn't working for me. Perhaps there is a issue when installing the mod. But there is custom like ambient music, which is pretty nice. Another pro is that there is also new unique armor, weapons, and healing items. There's a brand new set of power armor. There's a Sierra Padre security outfit. There's unique weapons. There's a unique knife, a unique railway rifle. These do have bonus effects, which is like -3 health for 10 seconds. There's special variations of stim packs as well as Radaway. Radaway is going to be greatly needed for this mod, and I would also suggest that if you are going to play this mod, come prepared, please, because like even though that I was like max level and I had a ton of stim packs and Radaway, I was still taking a significant amount of damage. Yes, come prepared. I would not rely on this place as a source of stim packs and Radaway, but you do encounter stim packs and Radaway somewhat frequently, but not enough to sustain you if you go in without supplies. The atmosphere is very similar to the Sierra Madre of Fallout New Vegas. It is very dark. It is red. It is like foreboding, right? Like the closed in spaces of the villa really make it feel claustrophobic. Now I will get into the cons, which first of all, and is very important, there is no quest line whatsoever. You just go in here into this place, this new world space, and you wander around aimlessly. Which you may be wondering, well, if it's a new place to explore, then what are you complaining about? What I'm wouldn't really say it's necessarily a complaint. It's more so a nitpick. I mean, to be fair, the actual size of this place isn't too massive. Like playing it for the first time, like it took me 6 hours to complete this. Like it's absolutely egregious. Like I would have liked to have been pointed into like a certain direction of where I can find the next item so that I can progress. There is a lot of like roaming around, finding keys to unlocking doors, and sometimes like you get this sense of like helplessness because like you'll be searching room after room after room after room and not come across the single key, and you will just keep searching and searching until you do find a key. And when you find this key, it feels like a relief. But when you're just scouring room after room and not and coming up empty-handed, it is very frustrating, and it really does reinforce the sense of helplessness when you're in here. There's also no fast traveling, which I was kind of disappointed, right? Like, even though, like, yes, it is a small space, I would have liked to fast travel just to save some time and not having to backtrack as much as I did, because I did a lot of backtracking just to find some important keys. And if I'm not finding these keys, I cannot progress. You cannot leave unless you unlock the vault, which the vault is only unlocked if you find these 3 key cards, which I will tell you where you can find these 3 key cards, so then it helps your exploration of this mod and experience of this mod a little bit more easier. I believe the first key card is located in the explorer camp. The second key card is located in the warehouse, and the third key card is located in the forest section. The vault itself is located in the suites. So, like I said, you are going to have to do a lot of scavenging around, a lot of searching for these keys to even access the key cards. So, you know, it is kind of annoying, but I figured I would throw in this little tip. Did I enjoy playing this mod? Not really, but I will say I do appreciate the fact that it was created. It is pretty cool, but I would have liked there to be a bit more effort put into it, especially since there's a lot of Sierra Padre coins lying around, and I thought those were gonna play kind of like an important role in trading, like kind of how in Dead Money you found these Sierra Madre coins that you could use on the vending machines to acquire resources. In this mod, there isn't anything like that. I mean, there's item dispensers, but like you don't need coins to access these. They're just things that you can loot. The coins themselves are completely pointless. They really aren't that important to the mod, other than it just being like set dressing and environmental storytelling, that sort of thing. I'm not going to say that there's no story to follow, because there is a story, which I will not touch up upon because I will prefer for you to experience it on your own. So, with all that being said, this has been my review of the Sierra Padre mod. I have not seen anybody else speak on this, so I would consider myself first in the world to make a video on this mod. So, with all that being said, like, subscribe, I'm out this bitch.